Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It is Four Ends, the foodie.
And we are back.
We back.
And it's 2025.
It's 2025. I'm not one that likes odd years, but I'm working hard to...
No, I like multiples of 5.
Okay, so this is your year.
So this is great. And also, like, it's a square number.
Okay, hopefully it'll be my year by proxy of
I like
knowing
that.
you.
I really like the number 5. I feel like of all the odd numbers, that's the only one that I like.
Okay, well, hopefully you pass that along.
Yeah, so I don't mind it.
Okay, I'm just going to say this on air right now because I've had so many technical issues. How do I know what the volume... Okay, I'm an idiot. I can literally see where the thing is coming out of and I'm touching the wrong one, so... Let me see.
Okay.
Everything... Oh, okay, sorted. Yeah, everything is now okay.
I dare.
I'm there. I'm thriving. No, do you know, I'm you know...
Healing and I'm thriving now.
Yeah.
Well, you don't watch Potomac, so now you don't know what I'm singing.
No, I don't. But...
And if for my Potomac girlies, you'll know.
There's only so many ways I can please you. And I mean that in the least sexual way possible. But something that maybe will make you happy, I'm going to start Traitors.
Oh my God.
I know, you've been telling me.
I'm behind.
People at work
this week
were telling me, Kira.
Oh, so it took people at work.
No, I'm
okay.
it's
others to tell you. Okay, that's fine.
It's joint pressure. Kira was like, please, I need this. It was giving when Andy... It's a very niche The Office reference, but it was given when Andy hadn't had sex in a while and he went to Jim. Do you not remember this episode? They were dressed up.
I watched it the other day, actually.
He was like, I need this. And Jim was like, please do not oh, no.
This ain't...
That's the wrong thing. It was when Michael dressed up as Santa. He tried to get Ryan to sit on his lap, and he was like, "I need this. And
when he was upset that Phyllis was Santa,
yes,
and then he turned into Sexy Santa,
yes, and then
Sexy Santa was when Holly was coming back.
Yeah, this is just when he dressed up.
This
as
is
Santa.
the one where he didn't want. Yeah, and then Kevin sat on his lap, and he was.
Yeah, okay, he was like, yeah, but then he was like to Ryan, "Please sit on my lap. I need this. And Jim was like, "You cannot grab a worker like a colleague and
hey, John,
literally." Yeah, but I say all this to say. I don't remember what I was saying.
What were you saying?
No, I was saying that, Kira was like, I need this. And I was just like, okay, too much pressure. And from what I've been told...
Have you ever watched it?
No. But from what I've been told, I think that I would do well on that show. So I'm like, how do I sign up?
I think that everybody thinks that they'll do well on that show, and that's the problem. Because either people think they'll be a really good traitor and they think that they lie so well and they're so good under pressure, or they think they're so intelligent and their intuition is so strong that they find people. And I think the downfall is you feeling like you're going to do so well on the show. Like, they're all so fucking dumb. And you know what, about the traitors that I think is so important, is that unconscious bias is a real thing. And it's not something we can really talk about on the show. Like, last season, there was this guy, he was a traitor, he was a white man, straight white man, And it was evident to me that this guy is not to be trusted. Not because he's a straight white man, but because of the way he was moving, right?
But also because he is.
But everybody loved him so much. As in, like, he was a cool guy. Everyone really loved him. And my sister was like, this is middle management. Like, anybody who has to code switch at work, will see this guy and feel like, I cannot be myself. I cannot trust this person.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until it literally was like, there was like I don't remember how it happened, but there was like, it was like a statistical, as in, if he was a faithful, he would have been killed. And he came back alive. So anybody with half a brain would have been like, oh, it doesn't matter how I feel about him. It doesn't mathematically make sense for him to whatever. And people still believed that he was faithful. And I was like, I
think I'm a good liar.
Huh?
I think I'm a good liar.
But it's not about just being a good liar.
I've been lying to you that I love you for years.
Well, I didn't believe it. So there you go. Well, no,
now you lying.
No, it's not just being a liar.
No,
it's like, you have to remember, like, I wouldn't be good because my memory is...
Yeah, you got the memory of a fish.
Like,
if you were a fish, you would be swimming around that bowl like at 60 miles per hour.
What lie did I tell? What?
Yeah, no.
But anyway, I feel like it's just really interesting to watch. And it's like one of those ones where, like, it unites the nation. Like, everybody discusses.
Yeah. Do you know who randomly, two people that are terrible liars? My parents.
Is it? What, lies to you or to others?
In general. First of all, I don't know if it's like my mum's a bad liar, but she can't keep a secret. So if I tell her something,
two different things.
She's like,
you can't keep a secret either.
What do you mean I can't keep it? You don't know what bones I've buried.
I mean, that's true.
I think do you know what? The thing is that I I tell things that I know that if it was to come out that I said, it's either I'm gonna back my chat, or it's
either I'm standing 10 toes.
Literally, I'm standing on business, or it's not that deep. There are certain,
not that deep.
but there are certain things people tell me, and I'm like, I will.
If it's something deep.
Yeah, if it's something deep, I'm not.
But obviously, I wouldn't know that because you wouldn't have told me, because you can keep a secret.
Yeah, and also think about things you've told me. Have you ever had them come back to you?
From who?
For even within our group of friends, has anyone ever, if there's something maybe you've told me first, has anyone ever acted to you like, oh, they knew? Is it because I'm a yapper?
Yeah, maybe there's a difference between not keeping a secret and being a yapper.
I'm a,
and I think that you're a yapper.
I'm a top
a
yapper.
self-proclaimed yapper.
Top yapper. Like I hold the title, but
and I think it's because you said that your mum can't keep a secret, and because you and your mum are so similar, that I'm like, oh yeah.
Her problem is
you
just
two are
that
one.
She's a yapper. There are things, I think there are things that she comes out and says to us now that she's held on to for years.
Oh, but she still didn't keep it for forever.
Because now it's like something else
like
has happened.
statutes of limitations is up.
Yeah, exact. Perfect. Yes. There are things she says about whether it's herself or someone we've known that she has kept because most of the times it's because we were too young to manage the information.
Or you didn't need to hear all that.
Exactly. So she definitely can, but she's also a yapper. So sometimes especially if I tell her something, she'll be like to me, go and tell your dad because I don't want it to come out by accident. So go and tell your dad. So
You watch Archer?
Yes.
You know Pam?
Yeah. Oh.
So there was a scene where like the mum, Mallory, had breast cancer, yeah?
Oh, I remember
and
that.
then literally within 3 seconds of telling her, she had told everyone.
Yep. Yeah. But my dad can't lie. We were playing bullshit over Christmas.
Oh no, but bullshit is hard though.
It is not hard.
Bullshit is hard. I'm so bad at bullshit.
Did you see my Insta story about how my mum had all the cards?
No.
Everyone else had like 2 cards. She had collected all the cards. But anyway, my dad, he literally was like, this is just like whatever about my dad. So this sums up how he is as an individual. We were playing bullshit and he was like, oh, what do I do? Because I don't have a card that can go on top of this.
Okay.
We were like...
But then that's not being bad at lying.
Fonty.
That's him just not knowing the game.
No.
He don't know how to play the game.
No, because he, even throughout the course of the game, he just wasn't lying. Every time he put it down, he just happened to have the right card.
Yeah, I'm like that with bullshit. I don't like it. It's too much.
He was so...
I can lie if I need to. If I need to lie, I can lie. Like, if it's necessary. Do you know what I mean? But, like, when it's games and stuff like that, I'm just like... Mm-mm.
I can tell that he was really worried about how well his daughters lie. Because he was like, I can't believe that you people can lie like this. I was like, hun...
It bees like that.
It bees like that. It bees like that.
So be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah, literally. Because you don't know what truth I'm telling you or not. But yeah, do you know what? I did a lot of work to feel positive about this year because I have this thing where...
Oh yeah, sorry guys. So as you've probably established, it's a credits episode.
Oh, sorry.
And in this episode, we are just going to have a little chat. We've been away for a while and we're back. So we're just like, you know what? Let's have a little chat, a little chinwag. Let's discuss this year that we have entered. Thankfully, we're all here. Praise Jesus.
Thank
Not
you,
taking
Jesus.
that lightly. But yeah, so we're just going to have a little chinwag just about, you know, our goals, our dreams, our hopes, our feelings, whatever. And then at the end, we will tell you what we're doing next.
Yeah, so I did a lot of work to remain positive entering this year because, and it's my stupid brain. It's not that anything happened that made me feel like, oh, this wasn't going to be a good year. It was just it was like an odd number. And I was like, first of all, you stank. I don't really like you.
Do you not like multiples of 5?
No, I like multiples of 2 or 4.
So
and my
bizarre.
dad was like, I was like to him, I was just saying like in passing, I'm a bit like, you know, worried about entering. I don't like even odd years. And my dad's like, you're an idiot. That the year hasn't even started and you've started your rubbish.
I think
and that kind of was what it knocked me into shape.
It's one thing to say you don't like odd numbers. It's another thing to say you don't like odd years. So every other year you're gonna not like it. You're gonna be upset.
And my mum
till forever.
Literally, my mum was like to me, "You were born in an odd year," and I was like, "Yeah," and that was a traumatic year. I was born. I had to come into this shitty earth. So
okay.
But no, I have done a lot of work and I'm feeling really good. Like, I must say that I still have moments where I'm anxious that something bad is going to happen. But doing a lot of work to feel positive. Nothing has happened. Everything's been good so far. Like, I really can't complain.
10 days in.
10 days in. But no, I am really looking forward to this year. I feel like this year for me is reclaiming my life.
Reclaiming my time.
Yeah. I'm holding space for myself.
Reclaiming my life.
Did you just make that up?
Reclaim. It's Jasmine Sullivan
Oh, I'm so sorry.
in the deluxe.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I really
I'll put
like
it
the
on
song
our
with
playlist.
Wizkid, so
Me too. I just can't imagine.
that song makes me feel like I'm in a like Lagos
A
club. Lagos,
Yeah, and it's all sweaty.
it's all
Yeah.
sweaty and
you're
like there's a man grips in my waist.
Oh, not your husband.
He's a man,
Okay.
so
Could-
it could be
could be
him.
him.
Could be Idris Elba.
Could be anyone else.
Could be
Could be Wale.
could be Wale. Could be that guy from Alex Creed. Is that the Could be him. Aldous Hodge.
Aldous Hodge.
Could be him.
Alex
Hopefully
Creed.
him. Is it Creed? Cross.
Anyway,
Alex Cross.
Alex Cross. That's it.
Could hopefully be him. He looks like, I'm so sorry to say this. Yes, I'm a married woman. I love my man. Ooh, he put it down.
Okay, yeah, disclaimer done. Gone.
Yeah. He looks like he is slinging the craziest pipe
I
that.
thought you were going to say a person. I thought you were going to say he looks like, and I was waiting for a
Why
name.
would it ever be? I'm sorry,
And
but-
then you,
no, but he looks like he would talk you through it,
it's the quiet confidence.
and it would. Oh my gosh!
Did you used to watch Leverage?
No,
He was on this show called Leverage ages ago. I used to watch with my mum when I was like,
he
a
wasn't
child.
that good looking though. Then was he?
So this is what I'm getting to. The potential was there.
Yeah, of course
But
it's
I
there.
feel
He
like
has all
he's really,
the.
yeah, all the accoutrement. I feel like he's really grown into himself, and he looks like a man.
I'd like him to grow into me.
Okay, all right.
that is
time out.
That is my
time
whole past.
out.
That is my. Thank God, my husband doesn't listen to this.
I'm gonna send him that one clip. That one clip, and I send him an accompanying picture of August to say, "Look, he don't look nothing like you, bro."
Height. They both got the height.
And that is,
And
and
that-
they're both men, I guess.
And therein is the end. But no, I think that I feel like this year's reclaiming like my life. I mean, I think I started that journey last year, but also like the end of last year was weird.
I feel like last year was 3 years in one.
Do you not feel like each quarter had like a different theme as well?
What would you say the themes were?
Okay, so this is all personal. First theme, so theme of the first year was like
First quarter.
it was like Miami Vice, like just high on life.
Oh yeah, because that's when we went Mexico. innit?
Mexico. I went Mexico, came back to this shitty country, and this was in the winter as well. So you get in that winter sun. So came back from Mexico, like was in this country for like 5 days. I was in Cayman Islands, came back. Didn't I go somewhere else? I think I went somewhere
Yeah,
else.
you did. I think you did.
I did something
I think
else.
you did.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
did
think
something
you did.
else that first quarter. Yeah. Oh my god. And then
You did. I think you did.
Yeah, I did. And then came back. Then the next quarter was like living your dreams because I lost a shitload. That was when I lost a shitload of weight.
Oh yeah.
So that's the biggest goal of mine that I achieved. How many quarters are there in a year? 3. Yeah.
There's 4 quarters, babe, because it's 4.
Okay, so what was the...
So you're doing thirds.
Oh, okay, thirds. Yeah, I think it was 3 themes. Because if I run it
cool.
from... Yeah, January...
Then you're doing Jan to April. Then you're doing April to August. Then you're doing August to December.
So that April to August is definitely like living a dream.
Yeah.
Then August to December, it was just like loss. Yeah, if I think about it, it was loss. Like I've shared, I got made redundant, but it was kind of like it was. Yeah, I shared, I got made redundant. There were a couple other personal things that were to do with loss as well. And then I kind of feel like now this is like a rose from the concrete because I feel like
Phoenix rising from the ashes.
Right? Because I feel like I'm Jean Grey. Like I feel like through the loss, like
Through the fire.
beautiful things have happened, like this new job, and yeah. So I think the third.
You're feeling good.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling positive.
Imagine all of that just for you to go, oh, I don't like this. Yes, odd number. Can you imagine?
The year has only just started, but
Grow up.
I'm going in with a positive mind. Also,
Good.
like to share as well. I've been doing these like I call them pockets of blessings, trying to find little blessings throughout the day that
Everywhere.
sometimes you don't think about, that are so basic. Like one of the ones I put was like, oh, I got free cake when I went out for dinner. Like it's something you don't really sit down and think about as a blessing, but
it's something that can make your day.
exactly. And on top of that, so I met up with some colleagues from my old job, and they gave us free dessert after. And then like we were like, oh, we'll take some home for like our partners, 3 of us that were married. And then he was like, okay, like £10. He packed up the dessert, and then I was like, okay, should we pay? And he was like, it's fine. And it was like,
it was ridiculous to be charging £10 anyway. Like, just give it to me, babe.
literally. But either way, like I saved £10 there.
And in this economy, might as well have been 100.
Might as well have been 100. So really, like, yeah, that was the thing. And then the other thing was like, my train line is really unreliable at times at the branch to where I live. And then yesterday I got to 2 stops and it was already like 10:45, and I was like,
What, PM?
I was like, the car park is dark, and then I still have to walk through my car park.
Your car's probably like frozen over as well.
It was
at that
frozen
time.
over. Thank you.
Of course it was.
I was like, God, please do not let it stop here. Like, if I have to get an Uber from here, it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg. Please, God. And they were like, yeah, like we just have been held because something fell or at the next station. Waiting. And glory be to God, that train moved, and I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Because had it stopped, what was a girl to do?
What was a girl to do? That's long, man. The way it's so cold and the cars are so frozen. It's
My
like,
car was frozen. Even to come out and defrost it, I was like, this is scary. Like, it's really dark, and I'm a woman.
yeah. And they're never well lit, these places.
Never well lit. Never. But yeah, no, I think I'm feeling positive. I think I have a lot of things I want to do. I've written a letter to God, and I tried not to limit myself in that letter. So things that to me, I'm like, oh, this is a 2-year goal. No,
This doesn't make any sense.
God can do it. He can do it in a day. So why not? So I'm looking forward to seeing the miracles.
I feel like, you know, when you write them letters to yourself, yeah, one half of me is always like, okay, like dream big.
Yeah.
Like, say everything that your heart desires. Like, don't even think about how it's going to happen. Like, just say. And then, like, the majority of me is like, girl, you don't read this letter back. And then you're thinking, you're thinking, right, like, I flopped. Do you know what I mean?
I'm telling you.
It's like striking the balance between, like I read my letter that I sent to myself last year, and I was like, you were a delusional babe.
How many of the things, like, did you want that happened?
I don't think anything happened. I don't think anything I put on there, because I tried not to put, before when I used to write these letters, I'd put stuff that I know is going to happen. Do you know what I mean? To be like, oh yeah, but I don't think I did that year. And my memory is so bad that, like, I don't remember what it is. It's like reading something that somebody else sent to me. So I was reading it and I was looking at it like, you dumb bitch. But even still, yeah, when I wrote my one for next year, I still was like, you know what, I'm actually just going to write exactly how I feel. Because at one point, that's how I felt. Yeah. That's what I wanted. And now I'm a different person who no longer wants those things or is no longer planning on doing those things.
When you read the letter back, did you feel like you're happy those things didn't happen, or?
So I felt like, I think at first, my first thing, because of the way that I am and the way that I like goals and order, I was like, oh, you said you were going to do this, you should have done it, kind of thing. But then I was like, actually, your life is great. Like, actually, things are fine, and this and this didn't happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like, oh, okay. It made me use that in my next letter to be like, all right, cool. These are the things that you wanted to do then.
Yeah.
This is what you want to do now, and go forward and see what happens, basically. So my looking forward to this year is very much like, I don't know. I think I'm excited about this year because I have no expectations. I feel very like good about this year because I feel like it's a year where I've decided that I'm going to get out of my head and just do things. I have so many like gifts and talents and so many hopes and dreams that I feel like I'm the kind of person that's always like, okay, cool, I want to do this thing, but I cannot tell you how exactly I'm going to do it. And therefore I can't start doing it until I figure out how to do all the things. And when you're like that, it's very dumb because you just will never do anything. Do you get what I mean? So I think this year I feel really positively because I feel like, do you know what, actually you're just going to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yep.
And it's like, it's better that you threw it at the wall and you knew what to do going forwards. Like if you make a mistake, great, you know how to correct it, you go on and do the next thing. So I think I'm just like free. I just feel free. I feel very like, woo, like, let's see what happens this year. I'm going to try everything and I'm going to do what I want to do and I'm going to go from there. So yeah, like, that's why I feel. And also, like, it's a multiple of 5 and I love multiples of 5.
I feel like TikTok is a perfect representation for that energy, because I will be scrolling on TikTok and you will see someone, you know how when I jumped on, you were like, girl, is this the hair you were going to have?
Okay, so let's do that. So basically, we have been trying to give you guys visuals, yeah. So we were going to do visuals today. Technical issues, we couldn't do visuals. Cool. So then we were like, we still have to see each other because we have to FaceTime in order to do the audio stuff. Cool. And Florence was like to me, oh yeah, like, I just did my hair, like this is long. She comes on now, yeah, looking like James Brown.
Yeah. A combo. Combination.
Looking like, literally like Sideshow Bob, texture James Brown, yeah. And I was looking at her like, is this the hair? I said, is this the hair that you was going to...
I know that's not the hair you about to have on my
I was looking at her
visuals.
like, girl, the heck? I had to tell her.
No, but I see people on TikTok like this and they are yapping away with however many views make it. And I'm like, do you know what? This is freedom. What is the worst that's going to happen? And that is the energy I want to live this year with. I'm similar to you. I want to be like, do it. Like, it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be that. Even if you find what you do cringe, do you know what I mean? Someone's going to look at it and be like, rah, like,
everything is cringe until it blows.
Exactly.
I mean, but even still, sometimes things blow and they're still cringe. So.
Yeah.
But do you know what? There's nothing wrong with being okay.
Ashley, okay, do you know that
whoa.
comedian Ashley
Jason Derulo.
Yeah, but he is cringe without the reward. What is the reward in...
You didn't know his bank account. Listen, all I'm saying is, things are cringe. And me, I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh no, I never think people are cringe. I do. I think many people are cringe. But the point I'm trying to make is, who am I?
Yeah.
And who are they? Like, those people's opinions, if they think you're cringe, they can think that. That's fine. Do you know what I mean? What's that got to do with anybody?
And that therein lies the...
I don't want to tell you that people, it doesn't matter, be cringe, nobody cares. People care. Some people will care, yeah? But you shouldn't care.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, those people don't pay your bills.
Unless they do, in which case...
Yeah. But like, even another thing this year I've started doing, and this is not a religious podcast, but I mean, I don't know how else to express myself but through God. Whenever like something is stressing me out or bothering me, or I want something to happen, I just say to myself, like, if I find myself getting stressed, I just say, oh, like, this isn't my problem, this is God's. And I literally, it's almost like, you know, when you're at work and somebody's like, oh, like in your case, they're like, oh, I'll see this patient for you, for example, and you hand over and you walk out. Or for me, it might be somebody saying, oh, I'll speak to this stakeholder for you. That is how I have the mentality. I'm like, oh, this is not my...
It's not my business.
It's not my business, not my problem. And I literally mentally, I drop it off and hand it over to God. However he wants to, whatever, I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to... And I've actually noticed, I mean, like you said, 10 days in, there are certain things that have happened, and the reaction I've gotten from people who ordinarily would have had a very different reaction has been shocking to me. I'm like, where did this come, in a positive way, like, where did this come from? Whereas I feel that, and maybe it might not be divine intervention. It might just be because I'm not emitting that negative or positive.
It's your perspective as well.
Anxious energy that maybe triggers somebody else. They're responding in a better way. I don't know. But either way, you hand it over, it's not your business. And that goes to whatever you believe in, or even if you believe in the universe and you're like, you know what, hand it to the universe. Whatever it is, I can't recommend it enough, because you have enough things to stress as an adult. You have bills to pay, and those are constant. Taxes. If you're a woman, you have periods, trying to avoid getting pregnant. There are things that you are dealing with.
You get your period, you're sad.
You're sad.
You don't get your period,
you're sad.
So when are you happy? You
have a baby, it vomits on you. You tear. I was listening to a birth story yesterday. Worst pain of her life, epidural. I've listened to 2 birth stories this week from people I know. Worst pain, epidural. The fentanyl they gave me, I vomited. This was an American birth, the fentanyl one. Any route you take as a woman, it's not easy.
Do you know what someone said to me the other day? They were like, oh, how many kids do you have? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, have you got kids? And I was like,
But why would
no.
you not first ask, have you got?
Like, do I give off? Because they're like, oh no, like, you give off like mother energy. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, like you just seem very like maternal, like you'd have kids. I was like, I was looking around, like, who are you talking to?
Do they know you?
I was like, who are you talking to?
Not to say
No.
that you wouldn't be a good mother, but I wouldn't see you and be like, oh, like you're the only time I see you give off maternal energy is like with your sister.
Yeah, because that's my babes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then I had like a colleague say to me, she's like, no, I think that she was like, yeah, I think you'd actually be a really good mum. Like
You would be
you're, like,
fantastic, but you don't
But-
scream at mother.
But this is what I'm saying. I don't give off the energy. And so I was so shocked. I was like,
I'm starting to think I don't either. I used to think I gave off maternal energy.
no, I don't think you give off maternal energy. I think that you want to be a mother a lot. Like, I feel like you have like some women, they want, it's like some women really, really, really want to get married. Like, if they do nothing else in this life, they want to get married. Some women, like, if they do nothing else in this life, they want to have a baby. Like, some women, I feel like they just really want to be, and I feel like you're like that. I feel like you are like, when we were in college, you were telling me, oh, I have dreams about my kids and I cry because I'm so happy to meet them.
I'm telling you, I still have those dreams.
I've never had any such dream.
I have.
Do you get what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that you're not like I'm saying you're not like you don't give off mother. Like, I don't look at you and go, oh girl, like, woo, can't wait to see the baby sucking on your tit. But I know how deeply you want to be a mother. So I think maybe that's where you're.
Because the thing is, we're talking about it at work and we're like, oh, who would be the first one to have a mother? And out of the people we were mentioning, I was even the only one married, and they didn't say me. And I was like, I guess maybe I don't give off the energy that I thought I gave.
Babe.
Okay.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I don't, even when I have the kids I've dreamt of, I don't want to look like I live for them or give off the energy that I live for my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm fine with it. It's just I always thought I gave off maternal
I think
energy.
maybe in the circles that you're in, probably like compared to everybody else.
Yeah. Do you know who I think gives off the most maternal energy out of all of us in that group?
Liz.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so weird that she's not like, but she does.
Yeah, she does.
She does. I don't know what it is. Maybe she just, I think she has a very kind face. No, that's a lovely compliment.
So what about the rest of us?
No, girl, but you know exactly what I mean.
Is my face not kind?
I know that I sometimes have like resting bitch face 90% of the times because I can't see you. I'm blind.
No, yeah. That is stigmatism, boy.
Yeah, and then you have like a low social battery. So when your social battery's
absolutely.
out, then
It's out.
yeah. I mean, actually, Annette as well has a very kind face, but I don't know. Something about Liz is just
Yeah. I knew you because that when you said it, that's the name that came to my
And
head.
also maybe it's also because I don't know, because she's kind of like happy-go-lucky. You can always get like a positive response from
Yeah.
her, so that's quite motherly as well. Like when I think about my mum, she's a very positive person.
Yeah.
So yeah, oh, can't wait for her to be a mum. Can't wait for all of us to be mums. I mean, if that's
I
what
can
we
wait,
want for
boy.
ourselves.
I can wait.
I mean, you can wait, but I cannot wait for you to have
it's
my
true.
child.
I can't wait for you to be. No, actually, I can actually also wait for you to be a mum because I'm not the rich auntie yet, and so everyone needs to stop trying to make me an auntie. But I don't have the riches yet.
My nieces wiped me out this Christmas.
How are you gonna tell a kid, sorry, I don't have money for you? You can't do that.
As
They
cute
don't
as they
understand
are. As cute as they are.
that.
So
You lot are
sorry.
getting homemade baby grows is what you're getting.
I don't mind.
If
What
you
if-
like have a baby now.
But also, all this stuff about Auntie Manny and stuff like that, yeah. Do you know what? The people who I feel the closest to, it's not even about the money. It's about what they sowed into my life.
Oh, you're talking about your aunties.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I was
about
like,
what-
how many babies have you
No.
got around you?
It's about what they sowed into my life. And I just think I cannot even wait to sow into...
It's like being there.
It's the advice. It's the having the time for you as well. Like there are people who like my mum has friends who if I call them today, like we can talk for 2 hours about
cute.
every like, and it's not just one friend, she has multiple, and then she has relatives as well that like we will sit and we will just, that for me is invaluable. I don't care about if
Priceless.
they give me I mean I would love £1,000, but it's just the having the time for you. It's the banter. It's the
Yeah, but the money affords you the time at the same time.
That is
So,
very true. That is very true.
All
But
roads lead to money.
I can't wait for my friends to have babies. I will love on those kids.
I know, me too.
Love on those kids.
Me too. I actually would no longer come to the house for you.
Like, just push me out of the way. Where's the baby?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, not sorry.
God. But in terms of the pod, I am feeling really, really excited. Like, fundamentally, I think you guys always say, oh, this is I feel like I'm talking to my friend when I listen, or I'm sitting in on my friends talking. And fundamentally, this is what that podcast is. Like, this is what the podcast is.
English is not easy.
It's not easy. It's not my first language. No, literally, it literally is me and my bestie like yapping. So I'm excited for many more yaps. I'm excited for more documentaries that come out. I'm excited for the opportunities we've had this year alone. We've had so many more opportunities than we had. No, not this year. Well, this year, amen. But last year,
but they know what we mean. Last year.
We had so many more opportunities than we had in 2023, and I think things that we didn't even think like would happen for us ever, I think have happened. And I'm really, really grateful. And I'm also grateful to the people who gave us those opportunities and who listened to us and vibe. And I don't even want to define too many things as to what I want for this pod, because at the
why
heart,
not?
No, because the reason why is because for me, at the heart of it, I want to always have the friendship that allows me to yap with my friend about my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And that for me is the most important thing that's invaluable. And the other stuff will come with it naturally, I think, because the podcast isn't shit.
Do you know one of the things that I want to come naturally? Yeah.
Quaint.
Huh?
Quaint.
Oh yeah, of course. But I have this vision, yeah, like that's so Raven. But I see us doing a thing, okay, and the thing is, sometimes when I think about these things, I think like, you're doing too much today, but I actually don't think it's too much. I think it's very, very possible and very, very doable. I see us, hosting like a viewing of a documentary, and it would be so. Say, for example, there's like so one of two things, maybe both. One would either be like a documentary that's well known, that people are very familiar with, that we just like rescreen. So we screen it and then we have a discussion about it, either with whoever made the documentary or with like people involved in the documentary or whatever. The other, and the thing that came to my head first, is someone who's made a documentary that we sit with them. So we show the documentary first, we sit with them, we do like a Q&A kind of thing, talk to them. People in the audience can basically ask questions, talk about how they feel about the documentary, blah, blah, blah. I feel like that's very, very possible, very, very doable. I feel like so many people love documentaries the way we love documentaries. And so many people make documentaries. And we live in London. Like, the creativity here is crazy, and also it's easy to get here if you're not from here. So I see that as something that we could actually do, and I don't think it's a crazy thought to have.
Nope.
And I just feel like us loving documentaries and wanting to amplify people who make documentaries and all those sorts of things, it just all ties in, and it's just a thing that's like, great, like that's something we can do. It makes sense.
I agree. Okay, I'll just say one that I kind of wrote down at the beginning of the year.
You did write things down.
Oh yeah, I did write. I wrote this in as part of my letter to.
Oh, okay. The fact that you remember, I love that for you.
No, I mean, it was not too long ago.
Okay.
But yeah, what I wrote in my letter was I'd want us to sit down and do an episode with Louis Theroux.
You can't even say his name. You want him to come on our podcast.
Okay, Theroux. Sorry. Yeah, I wrote that down. I mean, it's crazy, but is it? I don't think so.
Nothing is crazy.
Nothing is crazy. But yeah, no. If you know him, please send him our podcast. I'm sure he'll love it. We've covered like enough of his documentaries for him to come on here and show us some love.
But yeah,
I
feel like this year is a new year. You know?
I mean, literally,
and it's a new year, so literally you can do whatever you want. In this year, like why not?
Why not?
No one's going to beat you. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they will. I don't know. Depends what you want to do. But I won't beat you.
I won't.
If that's any consolation.
Yeah.
But yeah. Is that it? Are we done?
We're done. I think, yeah. Do you know what? Let us know your hopes and dreams that you're willing to share for 2025. So you can obviously comment like on Spotify, YouTube, and send us an email as well. We really want to engage with you guys, so please send us stuff. And if we
Please, we need this.
please, literally, we need this. I'm Michael Scott right now with what was his face again? Ryan. I need this. So yeah, no, send us stuff, and then even if we just get one, we will kind of read it out. Obviously, be comfortable with sharing. Let us know, but we will read it out at the beginning of our next episode. But please, yeah, send it to us. I really want to know, what your hopes and dreams are for this year. Yeah.
Aww.
We are the world. We are the future.
We are the future. We sure are. Speaking of future, what are we doing next?
Jerry. Can I just say something about this documentary? I'll probably cry watching it. If you've ever... Yeah, I think I have relatives that listen. But even if you don't, if you know me, I've spoken about my granddad a lot. That man was the epitome of, one, an angel on earth. I don't think there was ever a better person that walked this earth. But he also was the epitome of a gentleman. Like, he was so polite, so well-mannered, so... I don't know how to explain it. He carried himself with dignity, but he wasn't aloof.
And integrity.
Like... He just was so, do you know what I mean? Like, he's the kind of man that he would wake up every day at like 6 a.m, I think it was, or 7, shower. Even if he's not going anywhere, he would shower, brush his teeth, come out, do his morning prayers and devotionals. He had to do it at a table, go make breakfast. Like, he had
a disciplined man.
He loved Jerry Springer.
Because Jerry Springer is for everybody.
Like, I would come back from school and I would see this man watching Jerry, laughing his head off. People would be there fighting. You're not your daddy. My grandpa is I don't even know if he knew the concept of everything that was going on, but he found it so funny. And I'd be like, Grandpa, this is so off-brand for you.
Yeah,
he'd be like, well,
this does not make sense.
Literally be like, well, it's funny to see people behave this way. So yeah, I feel like it was one of probably his favorite shows. So I'm looking forward to this documentary.
It reminds me so much of I haven't seen it yet, but it reminds me so much, the premise of it, of the Jeremy Kyle one that I covered with Mags here, because it's like, it shows you the behind the scenes of what's going on, and like, I guess the dark side of reality TV sort of thing. But like, Jerry Springer was not Jeremy Kyle. Like, Jerry Springer, even though it was just trash TV, I don't think anyone disliked Jerry Springer. Like, the general public. Maybe the people on the show probably did. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we watch it. But Jerry Springer just seemed like this, like, fluffy old little oaf.
I feel like he was like, when you make a sandwich, the bread is essential, right? But it's not what make, like, it's not you. Yeah. It doesn't have any.
Every sandwich has bread.
Yes,
do you know what
it's
I mean?
Not a distinct.
It's the filling that gives it the
right.
But
sensation. We all love bread, like a doughy bagel. Like, we all love bread. I feel like Jerry was bread in the sense that he wasn't doing too much. He was just the platform.
He was necessary, but also you can have a naked sandwich. You know what I mean?
Literally, he was just a platform. People came on and they did what they wanted to do, and he was just like,
they made the show.
Yeah. But he was the lovable bagel. Bagel's like my favorite bread.
Is this like a forever thing, or is this like the phase that you're in?
No, I think I've decided. I've come to a lot of realizations towards the end of last year. I was able to define my favorite food, because I just love so much food.
So how did you decide your favorite one?
Because I said to myself, what is it that you constantly find yourself always eating? What is it?
That's what I'm saying, but what constitutes favorite? Is it favorite as in like, okay, cool, if I could only have one meal for the rest of my life, this is the meal?
I think that's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. But is it like, okay, cool, like, if I had to pick anything, I would have this particular thing? Is it like, if it's a fancy occasion, I'm gonna have this? If I want to be comforted, I want to eat this? If it's do you know what I mean? Like, what is the definition for favorite?
So favorite is the thing I find myself the least bored of. It's the thing that it doesn't mean I can eat it every day, but I can have it the most. Okay. It's the thing that I feel like if I see it on a menu, I get excited, or I find myself seeking it out on the menu.
Okay.
That constitutes as favorite. I think it's ridiculous to be like, when people say, "Oh, could you have it?" No, nobody can have anything every day. Like, be so for real.
Yeah.
and I settled on mac and cheese.
I knew you were going to say mac and cheese.
Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to come to that realization, but definitely, I love mac and cheese. Like, I probably couldn't have it every day, but I could probably have it 2 out of the 7 days in a week, every week. Like, it's a really solid, good. And the thing is that most times it's comforting to see on a menu as well. I don't always order it, but at least I know it's there.
You guys are good people. You have it on the menu.
Yeah, and I always try to find a way to eat it. So if I'm like, okay, I don't want a full portion, but is someone getting it so I can? Yeah, so it's mac and cheese for me.
Okay, I hear that. So you came to that decision at the end of 2024.
Yes, and then with the breads, it was a similar thing. There are a lot of bread variations that I love. I love a good wrap.
Yeah. Bagels are good though. Bagels
a French, a baguette, le baguette.
Croissant
is good. Croissant.
Brioche.
Brioche is good, but again, I don't always want a brioche burger. It's not always gonna get my juices flowing. But a bagel, like when it's thick, I don't know why Bethany Frankel's always scraping out the inside. When that bagel,
yeah, I think they do that so they can, like, 1, get rid of the carbs, and 2, like the filling can really get in there.
When that bagel is thick, like she's a thick bitch, I always go for the bagel in the whatever that has the smallest hole, tightest all, like
yeah, because then you get more bread,
right? Because it's thick and there's a fillet. Oh my god, my mouth is watering.
I love bagels. I do. Bagels are great.
They're great. I don't even mind that there's a hole and then it makes a bit of a mess. Nah.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah,
the hole, I think, makes it better.
Do you think? Yes.
Imagine if imagine if there was no hole.
That's true. The hole does make it better, actually, in a weird way. I just love bagels. Oh my god, smoked, like an egg mayo with smoked salmon in the morning. Whew.
Do you need a minute?
I need a minute. I'm getting turned on.
Give you some space.
Alone time. But yeah, don't know how we got there. But yeah, favorite food, favorite breads.
Yes, the trailer. I will play the trailer at the end.
Oh yes, I knew this was going
for
somewhere.
Jerry Springer. Yes, that's how we got there. Yeah. So until then, bye.
Bye.
After this, I'm never talking about this show ever again.
Jerry Springer!
I don't think anybody knew how crazy this show was going to be.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize for everything I've ever done. I have ruined the culture.
At the beginning of 1992, Jerry Springer was coming to Chicago to launch a talk show.
We were this little band of crazy people just trying to survive the week.
All I had to do was convince him, let's make it wild.
Variety show and a weekly magazine compare the fights to pro wrestling.
Teeth were knocked out.
It really was the modern version of the Roman Coliseum.
Springer's the first talk show host ever to knock Oprah Winfrey off her throne as the queen of daytime talk.
He became a cultural icon.
I want the show to demonstrate outrageousness, yes.
The bigger that show got, it raised questions about what really went on backstage.
The producers were coaching us on what to say and how to act. They weren't interested in what kind of impact it was going to have on you.
I don't think my mother had any idea what she was walking into.
Some stories went too far.
A man who married his horse and wants to come on a show.
This kind of trash television will not be towered.
I just wish they could go back and say to her, don't do it.
This was the most vile and grotesque freak show that's ever been on television.
We just started pushing the needle towards red. Let's see how far we can push it.
I would hope that you would feel some sense of responsibility.
It's a television show. It's a television show. We will all survive it.